I'll just go into some of the things that I use that help the resources that we use now. So the first thing I'd say, though, is repetition works really well with little kids. They thrive on it. So don't think that repeating a song week after week they're going to get bored. They actually really love it. They're like, oh, can we do that one again? So it gives them predictability, security. For little ones, they're learning to be away from their parents. They're trying to teach. So I try and teach them a new song each term, but then we do that song for the whole term. But then that's been added to our repertoire. So we've got a bank of songs to keep choosing from. And they're like, oh, I remember doing that song last term. Or so it might be one new song and then two familiar songs. And then I actually share, if I can, we've got a little group on Facebook that's a closed group. So it's not open to, anyone. And each year we register our kids. So if they haven't registered for the year, they get kicked out of that group until they've registered again. And that's just a safe churches practice that we've developed. And in that group, I share the links to the new song that we're doing so that parents can access it, and then that's something that they can be singing and practicing during the week. Okay, so resources. I like to have various resources for the kids to use as we worship. They make the time engaging and more fun for them. I keep them close at hand. So unfortunately my background didn't work, but in the room that we have just behind me, I have a bookshelf that has all the instruments and the scarves and the parachute, just like so I can quickly grab. And sometimes I change my mind. I'll have something in the program and then I'll change my mind as to what I'm going to do. So it's just all at hand. Excuse me. I'm a bit of a bowerbird, so I collect things from op shops. If someone's getting rid of a big pile of cardboard, I'm like, yes, I'll have that, please. There's so many different things you can use. So for instance, the scarves that I've got you all to bring, all of my scarves have come from the op shop. You can buy them. You can buy things new for sure, but if you can reuse something, it's so good. And most of us are working on a limited budget, or zero budget. So let's be real and try and use things that we find around. And you can also tell your friends, if you happen to see this, can you grab it for me, or can you save those whatevers? And I've collected the things that I'm going to show you over the whole time that I've been doing this. So don't feel like, I've all of a sudden just got it. Like I've been teaching at school for many years as well as doing the church stuff. So I'm always collecting things and I use them in both settings. I teach in mainstream, so some of the church things I can't use in school, but definitely cross-resource. What else? The other thing I wanted to point out too is with instruments, regardless of whether I've made them or whether I've bought them new, I always have like to teach children how to use them respectfully. So I talk about how they're not toys. We play them, but we don't play with them, so when they're using them and they go to put them back, we're going to put them away gently and we treat them gently, because otherwise your things like your shakers and stuff will just get ruined. And it's just a really good way of teaching kids to respect things. Playlist is something that's very important to get for me. I find that I have created a playlist on Spotify, and that's my first resource. I actually, every time I have a song, I add it to that playlist. I use a laptop plugged into a TV in our room, and that gives the loud, like speakers, but you could have a playlist on your phone. You could use a CD player, whatever works for you. But just for me, I find a playlist on Spotify is being excellent. And then I can, and again, share that with parents because some parents will say, oh, what was that song you did? Or could I have the whole list? And then you can just share that with them. If you're a confident singer, there's plenty of songs you can do without having backing tracks or music, but it's kind of nice to have the variety. So sometimes I sing without any music. Sometimes I sing using my ukulele or guitar, and then sometimes I've got backing tracks. Sometimes we've got songs with words. So a bit of everything they really enjoy. Scarves. if you want to grab your scarf now, I'll show you. So I find that scarves are an excellent resource. They're so versatile. I find the soft floaty ones that are a bit transparent are actually great, because kids don't feel like, if they, if we do something where we're putting it over our head, they don't have a panic about not being able to see you. And these ones spring nicely. So what I want you to do is get your scarf and scrunch it up really small so you can't see it. See if you can hide it in your hand. You can use both your hands, and we're going to do a little song. And this song is one that again, I would have done this at the start of the term, and then we do it every week for that term. So scrunch it up, and we're going to get a seed. We're going to plant our seed. A little seed from God to sow, a little soil to help it grow, a little sun, a little shower, a little wait, and then a flower. Simple, simple little song. And then they'll go, can we do it again? Kids, again. So that's just one simple little song you can do with the scarf, but there's so many more. You can use them to move like a rainbow. Oh, sorry, the green screen blocks that out. You can make big circles. You can throw it up and catch it on your head. So it's a good warm-up activity. Put some music on, and just before you do your song, just get everyone loosened up with some, moving the scarf around, and catch it on your knee, catch it on your ear, catch it on your foot. And if you can't find scarves, you can buy a big sari or a sarong and cut that up. I've done scarves with the whole entire church before, and we've got 200 to 300 people in our church, and I needed one for everybody. So I just cut all of the saris up, and then everyone had a little piece. But the thin floaty fabric is best. Next thing, parachute. I bought a parachute online. You can buy them at Kmart. They're, I don't know, under $20, I think, and they come with little balls as well, the Kmart ones. This one's got stars and moon on it. Can you see it? Oh, it's got stars and moon. I thought I was getting a rainbow one, and it turned out, but it was actually quite nice, because then you can use it for Abraham or what, like there's so many different ways you can use it. But parachutes with little kids, they always want to be under them. And I find if you've got several adults in the room, it works well. You can get everyone to hold it, and then you can get the kids to lie underneath the parachute or to sit under it. If you've got, parachute is a good one for any age group, really. The older kids and teens will also enjoy a good old parachute, but you would need a much bigger one for them. With the little kids, just simple songs where you're moving it up and down to the beat, moving it slowly or fast. With the bigger kids, so at school, I tend to, you can have different actions for the different sections in music, and they love playing games with it and stuff too. But for the little kids, one of the songs I do is Come Under God's Umbrella. So I've put the link in the notes for a backing track for that, but we would just hold the parachute, the kids would be lying down or sitting down under it, and we just up and down slowly. Come under God's umbrella, umbrella, umbrella. Come under God's umbrella. Yes, he cares for you. He'll love you, protect you. He's shelter and refuge. Come under God's umbrella, for he cares for you. It's very simple. I just wrote those lyrics to go with the music the more we get together. So then you can find little simple songs like that work well for you to rewrite lyrics or write little simple lyrics, and then you can find the backing track to do them. Parachutes. What else have we got? Shakers. Shakers are a really great simple instrument that you can buy. Like these ones I've bought new, and then you can also make them. So this is an old and I think it was like a medicine container. If you're going to make them, find ones that you can have an a child protection seal thing that they can't. That's actually opening, unfortunately. No, it's not. So they can't open it and spill the beans everywhere. Find ones that don't, or use some really good tape to stick that. That's like just a container that there was some tablets in, but we've stuck it really well with contact and sticky tape. So I've got a massive box of, probably about 40 shakers, but some of them I've bought and some of them I've made. And they just work really well for, like, shaking to the beat. Sometimes I will have a backing track like that we just, for instance, shake, shake, shake for Jesus, shake, shake, shake for Jesus. So you can just do, or it's a song well known. So I've got the one that I've written in your notes is Fruit of the Spirit by Dan Warlow. And it's just got a really nice rhythm that lends itself well to shaking along to. So, I mean, you might say to the kids, shake up high with your shaker, shake down low, shake to the side, make a rainbow. So just give them simple directions as you're moving through the song. Obviously, you're wanting them to sing a little bit as well, but it's getting them to be engaged, and it's full body. It's, I think when they're using their body, they remember and it sinks in better. Clapsticks is another instrument we use a lot in our children's classroom. These ones are ones I've made using dowel from Bunnings. If you've got someone who's handy in your church that has a drop saw, you just need someone to evenly cut up. You get about 5 pairs of clapsticks from one length, the longer length in Bunnings. It's not as cheap as it used to be. But still, you still get nice quality ones. Oil them with a wood oil. There's another pair that one of my kids made, I think, at preschool. They're just a thinner dowel, smaller. They still make a nice little sound, and they've been painted. I have seen them for sale on cheap places like Temu and Amazon, but I actually haven't ever bought them to guarantee that the quality would be okay. But clapsticks are really lovely for, again, playing along to the beat of the song. And there's a particular song that I've linked for you in the notes that is that's got a lot of actions in the song. So it's called Rock the Boat, and it's about Noah building the boat. So it'll say build the boat. So you can use your clapsticks like a hammer. And we're going to ride the boat. So, we would hold them and like we're riding in the boat. And then what was the other action that they said? Yeah, do the hammer, do the saw. So you can, pretend you're sawing wood. So lots of little interactive actions that are mentioned in songs. I will then use the instruments to do those actions as well. The next thing that's super popular in our room, and I really love using, is just little laminated pictures. So I'll find different pictures that go with the words in the song, and then you can give the children, pass a basket around, and they pick the one that they like out of that. And the thing about that is that when they pick it themselves, it gives them a little bit of autonomy. And little kids, they're always wanting control in some little way. Kids are, like, not just little kids. So when you get them to pick one out themselves, they think that's pretty special. And then in the particular song that I've linked for you, it's called God Made Me. It says, he made the sun, and then the person who has the sun holds that up. Sorry. He made the moon. He made the stars. He made the sky. He made the birds. He made the fish. But best of all, God made me. And it's a really lovely little song because it's an echo song. So it says, he made the sun, and then it'll echo, he made the sun in the song. And it gives them time to find the picture, put it up, because sometimes kids need that processing time in a song. And you've moved on to the next thing, and they're like doing the action from the So it's a really nice little echo songs are really good for that. Gives them just a bit more time. That is one of our most popular songs. The kids love that and they love the pictures. I just found the pictures on I can't remember if I did that on Canva or not, but just online, put them all onto a Word document, printed them out and laminated them and then cut them. And then keep it on your computer. So when you lose a picture, you can print another one. These are another little one I made. That is just a little light bulb. So if you wanted to do this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. So there's a light bulb. But the other thing that we bought after I'd made these was torches. These torches are 4 torches for $10. They come with the batteries and you can get them at Bunnings. We bought them for a performance at the end of last year, but my kids now use them for this little light of mine. We coloured in the lights to match the torch. So when they shine it on the ceiling, it's actually the colour. And if you've got a room that you can darken, torches are really beautiful because you can do puppets. So imagine this is a puppet. The torch behind it and shine that up, and then that shape will go on the ceiling. So you could have like things that are in your song and then they're shining it and making a puppet show on the ceiling as they're singing. So yeah, awesome value. I couldn't find anything cheaper. So 10 for I checked yesterday and they're still available at Bunnings. $10 for 4 and the batteries included. What else have I got to show you? Oh, and then the little stop and go signs. That's another song I've popped in your notes. So I just made those. We're starting this song this week, and it's a song by a lady called Yancey. She's really got a lovely little kids album, and it just says stop and go, stop and go, stop and listen to what God says, go and do what he tells you to do. So they're just holding their signs up. In the difference when it says stop and go, that's just so simple, but they love having something to hold and to do while you're singing. Softies. We use softies a bit in the classroom. This little heart, we've got a song that's called Love One Another. We're sitting in our circle. We're going to squeeze it, give it a little squeeze to get some love. Then we're going to pass it to the next person to share the love. And we just pass that around the circle during the song, and it's nice and slow, and it's just a way of interacting with each other. And the little kids who are shy sometimes need a little bit more help to participate. So something like this is just a really nice, gentle way of them starting to form, a bit of relationship, because they're so used to solitary play. Sometimes it takes them a bit to actually start interacting with the kids that are, with them. So softies are good. I've just bought some teddy bears, but I'm not sure what I'm going to use them for yet. But, when you see something in the op shop, you've got to grab it. This is a song apron. I hope you'll be able to see it. Okay, so it's made out of, move back a bit. It's kind of like a carpety material. And then I have all different things in the pockets. So I just it's literally just a long rectangle, and then I've folded the bottom up to make 2 pockets and done a little sewing line there. And then I have things in the pockets. So this is one song I do with this song apron. So we've got a little, sorry, it's not very good light. It's just like, that's the empty tomb. Let's put the stone there. And that's grey. It's a bit dark. And then you would sing the little song. Easter Friday, Jesus has died. All his friends are sad and they cried. Sunday morning, what a surprise. Jesus is risen. Hooray, he's alive. So it's just a simple little way of, that's meant to be grey. Somehow I've lost the grey bit, but that's a traffic light that I'm using today. But yeah, you can cut out anything. Like I've got a star with Velcro on the back. There's 5 little ducks because I use it at school as well. And then, they can disappear. you're probably not going to sing Five Little Ducks in Kids Church, but the whole idea of it is that you can just put them behind you, and then when they come back, come back over your shoulder. So it's just a different way of having a storyboard, but with song. So that's not too hard to make. I've just got some little ties on the side. Sorry. Some ties on the side if you want to tie it together, and it's just a rectangle with a folded up pocket at the bottom. And now the problem with green screen, you disappear. Stretchy band is another one that I use. Tell me if I'm going way over time. Apologies.
Oh, if we maybe finish after the stretchy band and then we can have a little time of questions.
Absolutely. Sorry, I'm bombarding you with resources. This is the stretchy band. Stretchy bands were developed by a company in America called Bear Paw Creek. So you can buy them online. They are very expensive, but they're fantastic. I made this one. I bought some, I think it's called surgical grade tubing or something. It's very stretchy kind of tubing that you would use to do medical procedures. It is tied onto a clip, and then it's like a giant scrunchie with all different colors. Now, it seems like a weird thing, but the great thing about stretchy band and parachute is where the kids are all together and they're working together and they're doing something together. So if you've got a little kid who's not as able physically, their hands will be moving with the others anyway. So what you're doing is you're standing or sitting, holding this stretchy band in a circle, and you're bouncing to the beat. You're cycling to the beat. You're rowing to the beat. So we use it for a song called Joy, Joy, Joy. I've got the joy, 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 joy. And then we touch the ground, down in, and then up to your heart. Down in my heart, down in my heart. I've got the joy, 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 down in my heart. So we're all doing it together, and if kids are a little bit hesitant, they kind of get taken along for the ride because everybody's moving. So it works well to encourage participation. The stretchy band is really big, but I have joiners, so I've got two small ones and then a really big one, so I can make it small for a small group. Or if I've got a really big group, I can add the small joiners into my bigger one and have a really big stretchy band. If you go onto the Bear Paw Creek website, they have all different sizes and they suggest how many kids will fit around the stretchy band. So they give you a recommendation. So I just kind of did some maths and worked it out myself, but it's literally just lots of strips of fabric joined together, and I tried to use lots of different colors because the kids will, they often will say, I want the red bit, and then you can also use that as part of your song. Like you can do rainbow, or you can do, okay, the people who have the blue, can you swap? You can use it in many different ways. The other thing that Bear Paw Creek has that I didn't make is a little circle bit that has the joiners all in the middle, and then you can do the straight bits off it, so you can make it like an octopus. So they're very versatile and useful, and lots of songs have movements in them that work well with stretchy band. And if you look up stretchy band, there's whole playlists of stretchy band songs on Spotify, so they're a great useful thing. I think I've just about covered everything. Juliet, did you want to open it up? I do use sign language a bit, but yeah, I kind of go onto Auslan and get the proper Australian sign language signs, because I like to try and keep, because I work in special needs education a lot, I like to use the proper signs, but it doesn't matter. Actions are fine.